when the dead work with an audience, and the audience work with the dead, there's an interaction begins to go back and forth that is absolutely unique, except perhaps in black gospel, where they get the feed and the return. And I'm not interested in being entertained very much. You know, I've rented all the good tapes from the video stores. I've seen as much stuff as I want to see. It's because we're not in it.
More mind-numbing.
Not only mind-numbing, it pushes us out of time. Arzenia, this guy, a member of our cast, has a notion that time has become a commodity. And kids today have less time than kids when I was a kid. They start off in the morning with Big Bird, and they watch a couple cartoons, and then they maybe go to the class where they read poems written 400 years ago, or they study something that was important 50 years ago. They come home and they watch some more television. They put on their Walkman. Later on, their dad rents a video, and by the end of the day, if you were to say you had 24 hours, I'll bet half of that time is used in watching stuff that's already happened. There's no way to get into it. It's a recording. And so they're being conditioned to not take part in our moment-by-moment life. And this is why I think a lot of kids are being violent. I think they're trying to claw their way back into reality. And at least violence is happening, where you can watch any amount of bang, shoot, fall down on television. It maybe did happen, but it's not happening now. That's why that whole O.J. thing with all the cops following him and all the freeway watching him go by, that was happening. And people that were in on it were involved. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody felt about it.
With the riots.
Riots. LA riots, another thing is happening. And the people who got hurt in this, that got hurt in these riots, they were part of the happening because nobody can figure out how to have a positive happening. It's easy to have a negative happening. But the dead coming to town is a positive happening. Everybody, all those elks out there, all those cops, all those security people, you know, thousands and thousands of people are in on something that's going on. And the clouds are part of it, and the traffic is part of it, and the little hippie girls trying to sell a big old burrito is part of it. And they follow these people around, not because they want to hear more music. You know, they've heard every lick they can possibly hear. They want to be part of reality, and the dead gives them this chance. And this really goes back to the acid test. Before we were doing these acid tests, everybody went to a concert and expected to sit down. But anybody that's ever played, especially when you play with the dead, I love to go up on stage and play with the dead during the Rhythm Devils section. We've always done it. It's always been a tradition for the pranksters to come up there and bang with Rhythm Devils, but they're not doing it as much as they used to. For one thing, their sound is a lot more sophisticated. And with these earphones, they're kind of becoming a little distant. But I understand how they're doing it. It's the same way with this play that we're producing. It's very hard to send the voice out to a few thousand people. Even harder is to send the picture out. And when we do Twister, Oz appears up here in the ozone. And we're using just a VCR camera on the faces of the people who appear in the ozone and then going through a projector and rear screen projecting it. So our face is up there in the backdrop, this big, and Dorothy's down here running around, and the face is talking to Dorothy. And the way Zane does it, he's watching a monitor here, and he has a pointer. We can't really see Dorothy. Otherwise, they would see us back there with lights on us. So he just points a pointer over there and shakes it, and we follow the pointer. And that means when Dorothy's moving back and forth across the stage, it seems like we're actually seeing her. It's an illusion, but the people all realize, hey, this is not a recording. This is happening. It's television being broadcast back at the moment it's happening and interacting with it. And at the end, we plug in the out front camera and start going on the people, and then send that up through the mixer and solarize it or paintbrush it and bring it back up on there so the people that are out there dancing are actually up large on the screen. It's bringing the people in to the television experience.